and welcome back to the channel. Bob here, and today I am going to be sharing with you a couple of different watches. First up, we're going to be doing an unboxing, well, kind of an unenveloping of a pretty classic watch by CASIO. This is a kind of a newer edition of one of their classic digital watches. The most affordable watch I think I've ever had on the channel. After we take a look at the CASIO, I have back in on the channel the Vesuvio from APH Toscano. I had this in a couple of months ago and we took a look at their prototype. The watch is now ready for sale. They've made some improvements and fixes to the watch, so I just wanted to share that with you guys as well. The last thing I want to talk about is the next couple of weeks is quite busy for me. I have some family in town this week from the UK for a wedding. The day after the wedding, which is next weekend, I am away for a week and will probably not be able to put together a video during that time. I may do one quick one in between now and then. So just a heads up, might be quiet for the next couple of weeks on the channel. Other than that, let's spin the camera around and check out some watches. Okay, so first of all, I just love seeing the Amazon packages show up in the mail. I can't tell you how many times I've ordered some of these different affordable Casios. Sometimes you just feel like you need a new watch for the weekend, and these are just so fun for the price. That was a little bit on the rough side there, but might need to sharpen my knife. So... and it is the F91W. This is just such a cool watch to me. This is actually a newer version with the all grayed out text, as well as this. It's not stainless steel. I believe this is actually just plastic, the resin strap. And these just bring me back to my high school days. I went to high school in the 90s. It makes me want to throw on the old flannel shirt and ripped jeans and crank the Allison chains again. I might just have to do that after this video. So again, this is one of their newer offerings. I think this one came out last year, and I'll pop up the model number here for you guys. I've had a few different variations of this over the years, and the last one that I had, I actually gave that along with a data bank to my twin nephews. They love them, but I've been missing having one of these around lately. I really like the all gray print work on this one, although it gives it a little more of a modern feel than the F91W. At some point, I'll probably do a full review on this, so I won't get into the functions today, but I just wanted to take a quick look with you guys. So let's check it out on wrist before we move on to the Vesuvio. So to me, this and a lot of the other $20 or sub $20 Casios are just so much bang for buck. They look great. A lot of them have quite a history behind them too. The other thing too is don't be afraid of the size. Some of these come in at very small dimensions. I believe this one has a 33mm case, but something about them just works. I think they're just fun to have around. So just a quick look at the Casio today. Let's check out the Vesuvio. So the Vesuvio, so it's kind of a funny story. A few months back, Scott from Watches Galore connected with the owner of APH Toscano and put together a watch tour of the Vesuvio prototype. I was actually the last guy on the tour, and when I reached out to the owner, Andre, to return it, I was surprised to find out he literally lived a 2-minute drive from my house. I did know he was in the Toronto area, but since then I've connected up with Andre, the owner, quite a few times to chat watches. A few weeks back, the final version became available for purchase along with a new website. So I just wanted to do a quick update for any of you guys that may have been interested. So first of all, the design here is such a unique one for a dive watch with the crowns at 6 and 12. I say it all the time on the channel when we have a unique design in, and sometimes I find it's just nice to look in the watch box and have something a little different to go to every once in a while. I'm not going to get into the specs and all the little details on the watch today. You can find those in my original review. I will point out a couple of fixes and improvements from the prototype we looked at before, and the big one was the crown at the 6 o'clock position. The crown at 12 operates the time and date setting. The crown at 6 operates the inner rotating bezel. With the prototype, after setting the timing bezel, when you tried to screw the crown back in, the bezel would move a little on you. In this new version here, you'll see if we adjust the timing bezel, if you push in just a little bit, it disengages, and then you can screw the crown back in without the bezel moving very easily. I believe the original one only had one crown signed, and this one has both crowns signed with this really cool logo. You'll see it also repeated here on the case back. The etch work is much cleaner and crisper on those, as well as the case back, and just overall the fit and finish is much improved from the prototype, and I think that's pretty typical of a prototype watch. So let's pop it on wrist here for a minute. So as far as wearability goes, it's so nice not having the crowns against your wrist. It just gives you that extra range of motion. The watch is a thicker watch, but it hugs the wrist really well, and at 42 millimeters, I think it looks awesome on wrist. The other thing I love is the Loom, which seems to be quite a bit brighter than the prototype. It does last quite a bit longer too. We not only have a loomed handset and hour markers, but the bezel is fully loomed too. I'll leave you guys a couple of shots of that at the end of the video. Alright guys, so thanks so much for stopping by and taking a look at some really cool watches with me here today. Again, make sure to check out the full review of the Vesuvio by APH Toscano. I'll leave a link to that as well as to their site in the description below. Thanks so much, and we'll see you here in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye. Alright, so you think the Vesuvio Loom is good? Wait till you see this. Boom. Actually, it looks pretty good on camera. Not nearly that good in real life, though.